I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
Elon Musk had only weeks of cash left. Not months, not years, weeks. 3 companies were bleeding money at the same time. Investors were walking away. The global economy was collapsing. And one decision would either turn him into one of the richest people on earth or wipe out everything he had ever built. This wasn't just a business risk. This was a personal gamble with his entire future. Today, Elon Musk is one of the richest and most influential people on the planet. His companies shape how we drive, how we communicate, and how we reach space. But that story almost ended before it truly began. Before Tesla became the face of electric vehicle, before SpaceX rewrote the rules of space travel, there was a moment when everything was on the verge of collapse. A moment when failure wasn't a possibility. It was the most likely outcome. This is the story of the year. Elon Musk nearly lost everything, and the moment he chose to bet his entire future on these 2 companies that everyone else thought were impossible. Elon Musk didn't start rich. After immigrating to the United States, he slept on couches and worked non-stop. His first major success came with Zip2, a software company built during the early days of the internet. And when it sold, Musk walked away with over $300 million. Then came PayPal, a company that helped redefine online payments. And when eBay acquired PayPal, Musk personally earned over $180 million. At this point, most people would retire, buy islands, play it safe, but Musk did the opposite. He took nearly all of his money and poured it into 2 ideas that scared investors away: electric cars and private space travel. Industries known for burning cash, crushing founders, and destroying startups. Tesla wasn't just trying to build an electric car, it was trying to change how the world thought about electric vehicles. Fast, stylish, desirable. But manufacturing cars is brutally expensive. Every delay cost millions. Every mistake pushed the company closer to collapse. And at the same time, SpaceX was attempting something even more dangerous: building rockets cheaper and better than government programs that had decades of experience. But rockets don't forgive error. When something goes wrong, it doesn't fail quietly. It explodes. And every explosion erased years of work and millions of dollars in seconds. By 2008, both companies were draining money faster than anyone had expected. Then everything collapsed at once. The global financial crisis hit. Banks failed. Credit disappeared overnight, and investors stopped answering calls. Tesla couldn't raise money. SpaceX had already failed 3 launches in a row.
We turn now to a stunning report from the Wall Street Journal. Debris from a SpaceX explosion endangering 3 planes with hundreds of passengers on board.
The company was becoming a punchline in the media. Musk was personally paying salaries just to keep the lights on. He flew non-stop between Tesla and SpaceX, sleeping on factory floors and office couches. By his own admission, he was physically exhausted and emotionally crushed. And then the final number became clear. He had enough money left for only 1 more rocket launch. If it failed, SpaceX was done. And without SpaceX, Tesla likely wouldn't survive either. September 2008, the 4th launch attempt. Employees knew what was at stake. If this rocket failed, the company would shut down. Years of work would vanish in seconds. The countdown began. Engines ignited. The rocket lifted off. And this time, it didn't explode. It reached orbit. And for the first time, SpaceX had proven it could do what everyone said was impossible. Within weeks, NASA awarded SpaceX a major contract. The deal saved the company from collapse. SpaceX could finally breathe again, but Tesla was still on the edge of bankruptcy. So Musk made one final move. And like the checker player he was, he put the last of his personal money into Tesla. He split what little he had left between SpaceX and Tesla, leaving himself almost nothing. No safety net, no backup plan. And on Christmas Eve, a last-minute investment deal closed just in time, hours before Tesla would have missed payroll. Without that deal, the company would have shut down before the new year. Years later, Tesla would become the most valuable car company in the world. But in that moment, it survived by mere hours. The pressure of those final months in 2008 left more than just financial scars. In interviews, Musk admitted he was on the verge of a complete breakdown. His personal life was fracturing, and the stress was physical. He would wake up from nightmares of rockets exploding, then face days where he had to motivate thousands of employees while secretly not knowing if he could actually pay them. This wasn't just a CEO managing a crisis. This was a founder facing the emotional reality that his life's work and the livelihoods of everyone who believed in him rested on a handful of days. The gamble wasn't just on companies, it was on people. So what changed? The successful SpaceX launch was the spark, but the true turning point was a sudden, staggering shift in perception. Almost overnight, Musk had transformed from a reckless dreamer into a proven visionary. The NASA contract was the ultimate validation, a signal that the impossible was now credible. This credibility became a shield for Tesla. It gave just enough hope to desperate investors to take one final look. The Christmas Eve deal wasn't just about money. It was about a newfound belief that this man could actually pull off miracles. The momentum from one successful launch created a lifeline for an entirely different company. It was the moment the world started to believe the story Musk was telling. Most people think success comes from talent, timing, or luck, but Musk's story shows something different. He didn't diversify. He didn't hedge his bets. He went all in on ideas he believed mattered, even when the risk was extreme, even when failure was almost guaranteed. And for a brief moment, that choice nearly destroyed him. But without that risk, Tesla wouldn't exist today. SpaceX wouldn't exist, and the future would look very different. Every billionaire has a moment where everything could have ended, a single decision that separates collapse from history. And next, we are telling the story of how a broken ice cream machine helped build the biggest fast food empire on Earth. Subscribe to Billionaire Brief for more untold stories behind the world's biggest fortunes.
Lift off.